All right, so we're going to do the second layout in the Hip Kit Club little pamphlet that they sent in the new kit. So this is all the things we have to gather. So it calls for a 2.5 by 2.5. I am like not somebody who's like super precise with my pictures. I just kind of crop them. I'm old school that way. Like I, for the most part, just crop my pictures as I see fit. So picture of my son with his little kitty cat. Her name's Boo. She's a little black cat. She absolutely loves him and sleeps with him. So, and then these couple tags. The happy moments is part of those glittery stickers that came. Most of it actually is from the glittery sticker. So like this house is part of the glittery sticker set. So this guy here, right there, the floral bits that are on either side. Oops, sorry. The floral bits that are on either side. So this guy here and here are part of these shiny pieces. So a majority of the layout looks like it's going to be using those, you know, shiny stickers. And then it looks like the rest of our embellishments are going to be from this. Now, I've used some of those, so I might have to use some different pieces than what it shows is being used. But so that is, for the most part, is pretty much it. And then the cardstock was these little postal stamps. So it has you, it looks like it has you cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strips. And I mean, it looks like there's like 3, like there's varying lengths. Looks like there's one in the middle that's kind of the longer, and then the other pieces are a little bit shorter, and then you got shorter pieces. So that's essentially, I didn't, you know, really map it out per se to what this shows. And then these little guys here came from this paper that had, and you'll, as soon as you see it, you'll know. So it's this paper here. So it's like you just have it in the middle and then, you know, cut it out on the other side. So that looks like that'll be part of the border up and bottom. And then it looks like you just use white cardstock for the background. And then a little tag here, which that was part of like the die cut set. So that's right there. So, all right. So let's see if we can get this layout done. It's nice because I finished that last layout in an hour. And usually layouts take me, like I said, at least a couple hours. So, so it's kind of exciting. Okay, so essentially we have to lay out the tags first, and then it looks like we lay the strips out. So we're gonna do what they show here. I always like to, even if I'm doing some kind of like a scrap lift or whatever, I always like to lay things out first before I glue them down, which I feel like most scrapbookers are that way. Like for the most part, you always like to, like, you know, check your work before you glue it down. So this strip looks like this is going to go up like this, at least according to this picture. So, and then this one looks like this is going to go down here. So like that. All right. And then it looks like we're going to kind of arrange these kind of like this, and then this. And actually it looks like it's further down on the page. So that's what we're doing essentially here. And then it looks like these strips, some of them are kind of peeking out from behind this one. So actually this guy even looks like he might be a little bit more. And then this looks like this is moved over a little bit more. So down a little bit more, over, okay. And since this today is upside down, that will, honestly, it will drive me absolutely nuts. It'll drive me bonkers. I know that's not a big deal, you know, but I feel like everybody has like their kind of thing. And I, you know, it would bother me that there's something. So I'll probably end up putting something over that. So this one I'm going to kind of tuck in here. And then it looks like you're going to have the longest piece, which I think is this one, tucked here. So it's going to kind of continue across. And then you're going to kind of have a piece like this kind of up over that one-ish. So I actually will probably flip this because I don't like the purple on purple. So let me flip this. That'll drive me nuts. Again, everybody has their things, you know, it's like, so that looks like that's gonna mostly go over that. And then this will go behind this. So kind of like that. This one looks like this will go like that. And then we'll do another one like this. And obviously I might mess with kind of how these strips are laid out too, because and then this one's kind of tucked up underneath there. So this one was the one that was like kind of the half one. So actually, well, we'll see how this looks since it's a half one. All right, so that's essentially kind of the gist of how that's gonna look. All right. And I actually might, well, I don't know. I think I like it there. I think that looks good there. And then this piece looks like this is gonna kind of go up here. I don't know if you can hear my cat in the background, but that is Boo. That is, yeah, that you probably can. She usually will do that when she gets a toy in her mouth. And it's kind of creepy because, you know, she's not normally a very vocal cat, so, but she's very sweet. We actually got her for my other son, because I've got two boys and a girl, but we actually got her for my other son for his birthday because he had been wanting a kitten. And so, but he actually prefers this little guy, so technically not his cat. So, oh well, you know, they choose their owners, I guess, choose their favorites. So, all right, so then it looks like then we'll just do some embellishing. So I go off camera and adhere everything down, and I apologize that only half the page is showing. One of the cats had come up and bumped the camera, and I was unaware that it was cutting off half of the layout. All right, so we've essentially gotten this part done. So now we're going to start adding the embellishments. So it looks like we're going to use the happy moments, these little floral sparkly bits, and then the title. So I guess first things first, let's get the house adhered off to the side. So we're going to go maybe right here. All right, okay. And then we got to get these little floral bits here. Okay. All right, so let's see here. So it looks like this piece, this one goes off to the left-hand side of the picture. So that looks like that's going to be kind of there-ish. Okay. So kind of, it almost looks like they even like kind of tuck it. So I'm guessing what I'm gonna have to do is just cut a little bit of this off. Okay. Ooh. I don't want to like really cut that right. Okay, so. All right. So I feel like this needs to get tucked up underneath there a little bit more. So probably need to cut more this angle now. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so looks like it's kind of like down here, kind of ish. All right, so that looks like that's going to kind of go here. No, here. So we'll do that here, and then I got, oh, little dot pieces are sticking up. Okay, here we go. So that's going to kind of go here. All right. Okay, and then it's got this butterfly, and then I got to find this. Let me do the happy moments too, get that on there. So that's, oh. So this is going to be set right below the house, kind of right here. I've gone ahead and gotten the title completely adhered down now. We're just doing the butterfly here. Okay. So there's a little heart above that guy, and there's like some kind of like little grasshopper or something there. So it's like the more I look at it, I'm like, oh, I missed that little embellishment. Oh, I missed that little embellishment. Okay, so I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to do a few little hearts up, and then a butterfly, which it looks like they use this green one here. So that one. Okay, so. And they have a sticker, like a circle sticker that they put here that says spring, which obviously I'm not going to do that because it's not, this wasn't, I mean, it kind of, I mean, I took it a couple weeks ago, but it's not really a spring layout. So I'm going to use this hello sticker instead because I feel like, you know, she's coming up and saying hello. So I'm going to put that there. The spring sticker is this one here, and they show it where you just put it right in the middle of this tag there. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And then this one shows like a cluster of 3 hearts with, and I think I might have used that butterfly. So, well, no, actually, well, yeah, I did. So I'll probably just use this one here. So let's do some heart clusters here. So we'll do. I just want to kind of glue this button down because it kind of keeps lifting up a little bit there. I'm just going to put my stamp block on top of it just to kind of hold it in place until it sets there. Okay, and then I'm going to add this butterfly here. Okay. Just going to put that there. Oh. So maybe I will turn this heart this way. See, it's like little tiny details like this that I just get stuck on. And sometimes that's why it takes me so long to scrapbook. Okay. Especially if I'm coming up with my own, like, pages, you know. Okay, so that looks good. And then I got to find these little, I don't think that's in here. Well, this bird looks like it's this little guy here. So it looks like the bird that goes off to the one side. Oh, I don't really feel like that stuck down very well. Okay, so the bird goes kind of like right here-ish. So there's the bird. And then it's some kind of like little, oh, here he is. So it's puffy sticker, this guy here. Looks like that kind of goes here. Okay, I'm gonna get this glued up here. There. Okay, and that looks like that's pretty close to being completed, at least according to kind of how they. Now I am gonna cover that up. So let's see. And I kind of, I'm kind of just looking to make sure that there's not anything else I want to add. Oh, this guy goes below here. So you make me smile. Is that what that? Yeah. So this one goes. See, I keep looking. I'm like, oh, there's another little. So I'm just kind of going to go there just to cover that. I don't think that they really show it there like that, but it kind of bothers me that you can see a little bit of that writing. So I'm just going to put that there. You make me smile. And then I was looking at this guy. It says this was one of those unplanned but perfect moments. I was thinking about using that. But then I didn't know if I should like use this, like one of these, like, little things there. So let me look at, I kind of was eyeballing this for underneath her because I feel like there needs to be like some kind of, I don't know, like emphasis below it, but just a little something extra. I don't know that I want. And actually, I think I am going to go with this because we got moments and moments. So I feel like that'll actually look really good there and kind of tie that together. So there we go. There's that. Okay. I mean, now you can't really see that tag, but today being upside down would have just driven me nuts. Okay, and then I want to look and see if I do want to add something there. I don't think I want to add that. Well, there's this little floral border, so let me see if I'd like that there. Because I just feel like I kind of want like an underline here. I don't know. Or maybe I might even journal it here. So I might maybe even put this here and journal. Put William and Boo and then the year. I mean, I know I kind of have that up there, which actually I can, let's see, what kind of sayings does this have? You are my world. Oh, I like that. So maybe do that up here. You are my world. And then journal here. That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Then that ties in a little bit more of the orange. Got orange here. Okay, and then I want to make sure that do I want to use this journaling tag? I feel like the orange goes there because it kind of breaks up, kind of continues that on. So we'll do the orange here. All right, and then I'm just going to write, I always write who's in the picture and the date. Like sometimes I'll I'll put a description, but a lot of time I feel like pictures speak for themselves. You don't really have to put much of a description in there. So I think I'm going to put that there. Enjoying each other's Company. And then I took that this year, so 2025. So there we go. All right, so that completes the layout. I mean, how easy was that? I did that in what? I mean, not even an hour.